Welcome to the Warped Eye podcast. I'm not Coffee. Coffee is not here. I am Macaron, and this is our first guest ever, Lemon. Well, as of when we're recording it, this is our first guest ever. But yes, welcome, Lemon. Would you like to say something? Introduce yourself?
Oh yeah, hi guys. I'm Lemon. I'm in high school, and I feel like this podcast will be amazing, and I'm can't wait to get ready to do it.
Thank you. Okay. So Coffee is not here with us today because we're both very, very busy now, as we would have explained in our catch-up episode. So today we're going to be talking about abortion, just like a brief history and pros and cons, and then we're going to be expressing our own views on the topic. And if we get anything wrong, please correct us because people have done that before. So yes, correct us. And our ending topic will be, would you rather have a pause button or a rewind button on your life? And some conditions. I will explain that later in the podcast. So yes, let's start off with our topic, abortion. So I'm getting most of my information from this one website, which really sums up everything. I recommend you look at it for more information, called abortion.procon.org. And I'll put it in the description box below. I feel like such a YouTuber. Oh my God. I'll put it in the description box below. Let's start off with what most people would consider pros of abortion, but like people who are for abortion, like they would use these as their reasons to support them. The first thing that people first point to when supporting their views on abortion and why it should be legal is that the US Supreme Court has actually declared abortion to be a fundamental right that is guaranteed by the US Constitution. And a lot of you might have heard of this, but the famous abortion case called the Roe versus Wade case that was in 1973 ruled in favor of abortion rights. And it was a 7-2 decision that states that, quote, the Constitution gives, quote, a guarantee of certain areas or zones of privacy, unquote. And that, like, this is basically the right of privacy. And it's basically broad enough to encompass a woman's decision whether or not to terminate her pregnancy. So it basically gives women the right over their own bodies, whether they should be able to terminate their own pregnancy or not. That kind of leads us to pro number 2, that reproductive choice empowers women by giving them control over their own bodies. But then people also say that because they're carrying another body inside of them, that body also deserves as many rights as the woman itself. So what do you think on that whole thing?
Well, definitely, first of all, women should have choice over their bodies, and I feel like it is a fundamental right for the U.S. government to have the right to do abortion. I feel like if the woman just doesn't want to have a child or she didn't want to conceive it, then I feel like definitely she should have the right to abortion. I feel like she should have the abortion on any cost because what I feel like is that the baby is not a living being yet. It's still a fetus. It only becomes a living being once it's born. So that's what I feel like.
Yeah, a lot of people use the fact that it's not a real human being yet. And a lot of people do say that babies can't feel pain in the womb, which is actually incorrect. So I will explain one of the main cons that people point to when talking about abortion and stuff. There's a recent study that was published in, I think it was like the Journal of Cell Biology or Epidemiology, where it said that babies actually do feel pain after 12 weeks or after 8 weeks of conception. So that's why a lot of people say that it's okay before 8 weeks, but not okay after 8 weeks, because you can actually, because pain comes from like your spinal cord, right? If your spinal cord is developed enough, you feel pain. And the spinal cord develops at the age of 8 weeks for the fetus. And you can actually see, it's really sad, but like on an ultrasound, when an abortion is happening, you can see a baby's like mouth open as like a silent scream. And so a lot of people really feel that. And that's the main con against it, because that means that there's a lot of evidence to show that the chemicals used to perform abortions really, really hurt the baby, and like it goes through a lot of pain. But then another pro to it is that a lot of mothers terminate their pregnancies because the baby would die when it was born. So they feel like it would cause them less pain and the baby less pain if they just did it in the womb. So what do you think about that?
Well, definitely if babies or fetuses are in pain, then that doesn't sound nice, first of all. But I feel like you said, the 8 weeks thing, I feel like before 8 weeks, it should be fine. But after 8 weeks, maybe I feel like if somebody's willing to take care of it or adopt it beforehand, like maybe the father or if they're willing to, then definitely like maybe they should have it. But I feel like before 8 weeks, it's like totally fine. But if the woman was like unwillingly conceive the baby, then I feel like definitely probably after 8 weeks, probably yeah, you should.
Yeah, that's a big thing because like a lot of times it's a major reason why women terminate pregnancies is because it was unwilling on their part as to why they were pregnant, whether it was the conception was non-consensual or it was just afterwards it was just a giant huge mistake. Women should have the choice to take it back because it's not fair that their entire lives are dependent on that. And something that really shows like how much women's lives can change is that crime rates actually decreased when abortion became legal, because that means that women were less likely to commit crimes if they weren't single mothers, because often of the father or whoever like the father often is not in the lives of the baby if it's like not wanted, right? So that women often have to go to extreme means to provide for their child, often resulting in crime, prostitution, all the other like they prostitute as in like they have to resort to that to get money or stealing or anything like that. So crime rates actually increase when abortion is not legal. So they have to resort to that. So do you think that it's worth it to like have abortion be a thing that happens that is legal and have crime rates be lower, or should the fetus's life matter more than money or whatever?
Definitely, I agree with the first one
Mhm.
because crime rates do affect things in a much grander scheme. Than I'm not saying that like I should be like, oh, the baby should die. Just first of all, like population less. Oh yeah, I'm not gruesome like that. But definitely, I feel like the first one does benefit society on a larger scale because with crime rates lower, that's definitely better for neighborhoods and communities. So I just feel like with abortions legal, then if crime rates are lower, that's the better option.
Definitely, I agree with that. This is an interesting one. So another pro of, I don't understand why they listed it as pro of abortion. Like it's just a reason for pro-choice,
Yeah.
basically. Another reason for pro-choice is that people say that a baby should not come into the world unwanted. So I think we've already touched on this a lot, but what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that are yeah, if the parents don't want it, because like I said before, and probably gonna say like 1,000 more times, if the parents or the mother is unwilling to want it, then yeah, totally. Like abortion should be legal and should be reasonable. Like only if she was unwillingly conceived it or she seriously doesn't want it. However, because if the baby comes in unwanted, the thing is that the parents will probably treat it very badly on like most occasions because if they didn't want the baby, then they might treat badly, and that's not giving the baby a fair chance at life either. So yeah, no, because the parents will be probably struggling or to understand the baby and also to understand the child. So
I don't. Okay, so a con or like a pro-choice reason, like a pro-life reason that people would often use to counterpoint what you just said is that then why not just give it up for adoption, right? What do you think? I know what I think, but I'm just
first of all, I'd like to respect everyone's ideas. I don't go against anyone's ideas. Like I said before, um, if you have an idea and you truly believe that's right, then I support you. Okay, so I do feel like that, yeah, if someone's like willing to adopt it beforehand, then cool. But if no one's willing to adopt it beforehand, before the baby's born, I feel like if it belongs in an orphanage for most of the life and struggling to find its adopted parents, then probably no, because the child's only going to grow up not knowing a real home.
I definitely agree with that because I think a lot of people just say like, yeah, millions of Americans are like 2.6 million Americans are looking to adopt, but right now they all want newborn babies. Like most people do want that, and it's hard because when you do give a baby up to an orphanage before like looking for an adoption,
Mhm.
someone who's willing to adopt, while the woman is pregnant. Like when the woman is pregnant and like trying to give up the baby, then there are many people who want the baby, and it's the woman's choice, like who it goes to. But often people just like they don't think it through. A lot of times, like the women who do end up getting pregnant are people who do not have the emotional strength to actually go through that process, because often it was unconsensual, or it was like they really didn't want it, or they were scared or something like that. And in that case, it's just so hard for them to even go through that process. They end up just like, if they have a child, they just like end up leaving it at an orphanage or like the fire station. Like you hear so many stories like that. And then yeah, the baby's often just found and like put in an orphanage, very unlikely to be adopted. And people don't understand that, because like yeah, most of those 2.6 million Americans are looking for a woman who's already pregnant, not one who's just given up a baby, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I respect everyone's opinion who does think that like it's better to give it up for adoption, because I do understand why people think that, but it's also so hard to actually give up your own baby once you already see it, you know?
I truly agree with that.
So you kind of touched on the fact that like if a woman doesn't want the child, they shouldn't have to have it. But and a lot of people say that if the woman becomes pregnant, it was their fault, and that they should have to accept the responsibility that comes with producing a child. How would you counterpoint that very interesting point?
First of all, that's kind of victim blaming. If the woman it was a teenage pregnancy, then she's not gonna have the responsibility to take care of it. And if she was in some cases sexually assaulted, raped, then totally it is not her fault at all. She doesn't have to have the responsibility to take care of it. So definitely, yeah. But that's what I feel like should happen.
Yeah. And a lot of people, especially for like teen pregnancies, they're like, yeah, well, she made the choice. She was like the one who's like dating in high school, or like whatever the heck they want to say about that. But like that anyone below the age of 18 is not able to give consent. And that means that whether it was another teen who was like the father, that means that neither of them gave consent. So technically it was still unconsensual, no matter what, like no matter what the teen says, it was unconsensual. So that was a great discussion, not really a debate because we're both on the same side, but it was a great discussion. So our next topic is more of a lighter, fun topic, which is, hold on, I literally forgot the phrasing of the question, which is, would you rather have a pause button on your life or a rewind button?
Oh,
so hard.
A pause or a rewind button. All right, can we elaborate more on that? So a pause button kind of means like freezing time.
Yes, you freeze time, but you can still move. Like you can still move. Right?
All right, so an objects will be affected like normally in freeze time.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is that will I be able to age it this time?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So can I explain the benefits and drawbacks of both?
Yes.
Okay. So rewinding time would be going back in time. That would be like super useful. For example, if you turned to late homework, you could just rewind time to redo it before the night. And can you rewind time like anything, like anytime, like since the day you were born?
Yeah, you can rewind time as much as you want until the day you were born, though. You can't rewind before that.
Oh, okay. Oh,
it's so hard.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you rewind it, you have to like, you can't like turn it back to like the present. You have to like relive everything.
Wait, and will you retain your current memory?
Yes.
Okay. Can you
the thing is, interesting though. Wait, if you could retain your current memory as like a little baby, like
you wouldn't be able to store the memory. So some of it would like just like boom. Like some of it would like go away. Because I think brain capacity wouldn't hold that.
Yeah, the amount of brain space you have, like some of it.
Yeah. Also, can you use it on certain objects? Like for example, if I ate a pizza, right? And then I like left the crust, I could rewind time on that pizza and then have it again. Does that work?
No, but then I mean, honestly, yeah, that does work.
Oh my god.
That does work, because then like the rewind time, this pizza was not in your stomach, so you get to re-experience the pizza. Oh my god.
Oh my God. Okay. This is super hard. Gone super hard. However, if you stop time and you're in a horrible situation and you froze time, then you would be able to do a lot of things. Like
You
if
have to
homework
run
was due
away.
like right in that minute, you could say and spend like an eternity just doing this one single homework, elaborating on ideas just about it. But the problem with this freezing time is that you'd age like too fast if you use it like on a daily basis.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you age a lot.
But then again, you could, if you were late for school or you wake up like so late, you could just freeze time and you go walk like so fast. And you can like walk to school or like walk to anywhere, like, and be super early, same time, right?
Hmm.
Which rewinding time can't do. But then again,
Now you
re-
could like rewind time
Mhm.
and then wake up
Uh-huh.
earlier.
Uh-huh.
You if when you rewind time, you're still in the same position you're in. You don't go back to where you were when you rewind it.
Oh,
Like
you really?
yeah, you don't go back to where you were.
Oh my God. Okay, so okay,
So
I'm
like
gonna be like,
technically, if you're like right now, I rewind my life to when I was a baby. I'd be like a little baby in the spot that I am now. When my mom was in India when she had me, so that means I would be here, and my mom would be in India.
okay. So first of all, that just sucks because maybe they're like, were there people like before living in the same house that you're living right now?
Different people are living in this house at the time that I was born,
Shoot. Okay. That would
and there
suck.
was a bookshelf over here. So I just feel like a little bit late, a little bit. I'll be on top of the bookshelf because technically the position is like concerning the Earth's center. So like how far you were away from the Earth's center. So yeah, I'd be on top of a bookshelf right now. That was I went back to empty.
Great. Okay. So this is bad because what if like the people in like your house would just be like, oh my God, a strange baby appeared. Oh my God.
They raised me. What if they ended up raising me? That would be so funny. Wait, if I rewinded time, wait, no, wait, then my mom wouldn't have. Wait, if I rewinded time to when I was exactly when I was born,
Uh-huh.
so my mom would give birth to me, and then I just disappear because I would be here.
Oh, great. Okay. So first of all, how are you gonna make your way back to India as a baby?
It's a tiny, it's a 0-year-old.
Would you be like able to like just crawl across like and go to the airport and just like sneak into someone's luggage or something like that? Does that just be like, oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't have the like babies have really limited sight and hearing abilities.
Wait, that just brought up an idea, right? Since you will reload in one time, and even though you'd have a limited brain capacity and sight and hearing and all this, right? You would still retain some of the information. So you could literally be a child prodigy.
Oh,
Like you grow up differently and literally just like, I don't know, since like right now we have like the brains of ninth graders. Like as a baby, you could be like brain ninth graders, right? And
oh
we could
my
like do, like
god.
puzzle and stuff. And like you would be like, oh my God, how are they so smart? And you'd make like money off of that or something like that.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah,
but then you'd miss your family. Poor
that's true.
because
But
like
then
I don't
again,
think my family would if okay, then I grow up to be back to a ninth grader and then I go to my family like I was the child that disappeared when I was born.
okay, yeah. Wait, but if you froze time, then again, okay, not to be like the evil criminal, right? But you could rob as many banks as you can. And
Go.
nobody knows
No,
you.
but just imagine then you come back to the position you were in,
Mhm.
and then the CCTV camera sees
Uh-huh.
nothing. But then, like when you unfreeze time, the doors are just all open. The money just pops, like it's just gone.
Oh.
Like I
Uh-huh.
have another condition to apply on this once we finish having this conversation.
All right.
Good.
Okay. So
Did you have a decision?
it's
I'd
like
rewind. I want to experience the same cake over and over and over again.
freezing time though. They'll just be like,
Oh, by the way, another thing is that you said that you could get out of a really horrible situation if you froze time.
Mhm.
But if you could rewind time, you could rewind time when you were in that horrible situation and never go into it in the first place.
you're low key, right? I'm gonna go with freezing time.
You're gonna go with freezing time.
Yeah, I feel like rewinding time has like own benefits, right? I feel like freezing time, you would get more like calm and like get clarity, with your mind. And You'd just be free in its own world. You could explore the whole world. It's the 7 seas, the 7 continents, everything.
I do my tests again.
Oh my. Okay. Yeah, never mind. I'm switching. Okay.
Rewind time. Like you know all the answers. You go home and then you look up all of the answers, come back, rewind time, take the test again.
All right. Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Yeah, I'm switching.
There you go. That's the child prodigy. You see?
Yeah. But I feel like freezing time does come in at a close second.
Very, very close second. Yes.
Yeah. All right. What was the condition you mentioned?
Oh, yes. The next condition is that if anyone finds out, you die. You instantly die if anyone finds out.
Yeah, freezing time for sure.
Wait, no. You freeze time and then you move an object and then like if someone sees the object disappear.
Yeah, but nobody would believe you.
You need to be very careful. Yeah, that's true. And then if you rewind time, then I'd still pick rewinding. No, actually, no, because I couldn't take tests again because then I have to go all the way back to school, be in that exact same chair, and then rewind the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, true. I picked freezing time if like that condition was applied on it.
Wait, but just to solve your test question, like you could like just go to bed, right? And you could rewind time like a few days, like right before school when you're like getting out of bed. And then you could go to school, be in that exact same position, retake the test.
Yeah, you could just rewind time to like when you were in your room and relive the whole day.
Wait, will you have the same clothes on?
I just wear the same. You would have the clothes on that you were in when you started rewinding the time.
Damn it, that'd be like super suspicious. That'd be like, as a 12-year-old would say, that'd be super sus. Okay, yeah, because people will find out. Wait, what?
If people find out, like anyone like finds out that it was you that's like doing all of this, like you would die. You just instantly die.
All right.
No one would know why. Unknown cause. That was a great episode. Thank you for joining me, Lemon. Would you like to say your last words on this podcast? Maybe not last, but like, yeah.
Yeah. I just want to say that thank you so much for having me, and please like and subscribe to Hornet Podcast. They're like one of the best podcasts out there, even though they're like insanely underrated. So just totally check them out. And yeah, have a great day. And yeah, goodbye.
Oh, and have a good life.
Don't die.